What's going on? My dogs, cats, chickens, koala bears, rhinoceroses. It's your man Jay Murray back again, and we about to get into it. So, I'm almost out of drink. So, let's get it, man. So, I'm over here clicking all around the place. Today's topic, today's discussion, today's lecture, what men want. This is a men's channel. This is a channel geared towards men, to help men, to encourage men, to inspire men, and I want to talk about what men want. And fellas, if you agree with some of the topics that I have here, the definitions, the theories, please drop something in the comment. Like, comment, subscribe, that whole bit. Women, if you're checking this out for yourself, if you agree with it, if you think I'm just far left, what I'm saying, let me know. I'm not really gonna care either way, but just let me know. Give me some feedback, positive and negative. I take constructive criticism very well. So, topic: what men want. This is my theory. Men are attracted to two types of women. Now, before I get into these topics, or into these definitions of what men want, please understand something. This is my theory of what men are attracted to. This isn't what will guarantee you a wedding day. This isn't going to guarantee you a ring or nothing like that. This is just from a biological standpoint, what men like in women. And there are two of them. The first one is what I would call Mother Nature. Mother Nature. What is Mother Nature? Real quick, Mother Nature is the wifely figure. She's the one that's she's submissive, she's kind, she's kind-hearted. She's all about her man. She's a mirror of her man, really. The second type of woman that I believe men are attracted to, freak of nature. These are your super freaks. These are the ones that you don't let your mama meet on the first day. They are the ones that you tell all your boys about, but you ain't exactly gonna bring her home to mama. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it, man. It's gonna be a quick one. Key terms and definitions. Mother Nature. I'm telling y'all, man. Put some of that red wine and some ginger ale and a couple little bit of ice. It's gonna get you right. So, Mother Nature. Women that fall into the Mother Nature category are the definition of nurturers. Again, they're kind-hearted. They're kind spirits. They're really, and not to make this in a incest type way, but they're like, to a man, these are the women that are almost like their mothers. They take care of them. They provide for them in terms, not in a physical, not in a financial standpoint, but in a way that only a woman could. The way they rub your head is just different than any other person. The way they rub your back, the way they massage you, the way they touch you is just very, very, it's careful, it's delicate. And that's just a trait that women who share this characteristic of Mother Nature have. They're gentle, agreeable, affectionate, and they're passionate about you. And men love that. Men love women who try to be passionate and who are affectionate towards them, because we don't get that a lot. I'm sure a lot of women today think, oh, I'm not finna be somebody's mama, or I'm not finna do that. Ladies, it isn't about being somebody's mama or treating them like they're your son or nothing like that. It's just about care. It's about tender love and care. Tender love and care. As men, we have to go out. We're expected to, and as I believe we should, go out and battle the world. Go out and tackle the world. No matter how cruel it's gonna be, no matter how hard it's gonna be, go out and tackle the world. And when you come home, there should be a reward for that. And women who have mastered being Mother Nature's, they know how to substantiate that reward for men. They understand their role in a man's life. They play it well, and men respond well to that. Nobody, no man, and this is my opinion. No man is going to fight harder, fight longer, fight stronger for a woman that fits this category. I can say from experience, when I was 15 years old, going out with my mama, to the mall or wherever, and just remembering seeing the grown men look at her, and I looked straight at them in the eyes like I wish a motherfucker would. I wish I was like a little extension of my dad. Like, I wish you would. I doubt about my mama. And women, these are the greatest thing a man can do for you is die for you. So women who fall into this category, men tend to be very willing to do so when you're out like that. They're willing to risk their lives when you are. So, women like these are a mirror of your emotions as a man. They are, your biggest cheerleaders and want to see you happy. Your happiness is their happiness. When you're sad, they're sad. When you're happy, they're happy. And that's a very rewarding feeling to have and to feel, when you come home from a long day working. Number 2, freak of nature. Take a sip before I get into this. Excuse me. Freaks of nature. Title is as it describes. These women are easy to fall into lust with, and they're hard to let go. I'm not gonna lie to you. Freaks of nature are the ones that, again, you tell your boys everything. She did this. She licked this. She licked my butt. All the freaky stuff you could ever imagine. I think men make up about 90%. I'm sure it's probably more than that, but about 90% of the revenue generated from porn. Men have a lot of kinky, freaky fantasies. I think you can tell it in our music, just the whole bit. Women, female R&B. If we look at R&B music as a mirror, women tend to sing about heartbreak. They tend to sing about, kind of being done wrong. Also, some happy, but men tend to sing about sex when it comes to R&B. If you really look at the R&B genre, what it is, men sing about loving a woman hard, maybe getting done wrong, whatever. But we tend to sing about sex, and that's just the nature of the game. So, freaks of nature, women that fall into this category, they're erotic, they're spontaneous, and they're honestly just a fun time. Freaks of nature treat any time like a good time, and that's a dangerous, and that's dangerous for men because men are easily fooled. Men are easily tricked. You can pull the wool over a man's eyes very, very quickly because, again, men love with their eyes. So, again, women that fall into this category, for men, fellas, you gotta understand something. These are dangerous, but again, these are things that we're attracted to too, so you can't just negate, the importance of a woman that can satisfy a man sexually. So the beauty of the freak of nature is that, she'll seem submissive, but her submission is often conditional. So fellas, you gotta kind of be wary of that. If you find yourself, linking with a woman who tends to try and use sex for compliance, then that's not really a good sign, to move forward with her. So that's a habit. If that's something she likes to do, you got to break that habit. At the core, women of this caliber are extremely selfish and can disguise being controlling as being passionate. You got to be careful with women who deal in this freak of nature category, because a lot of times, they have a ulterior motive, and they play to the weakness of a man, which is sexually. Um, I don't think it's unfair to say, or untrue to say, that men generally don't know how to please themselves sexually. We're not necessarily, we want sex, but we're not sexual beings. We're not, we it takes a lot more for a man to, in my personal opinion, it takes a lot more for a man to please himself than it does a woman. And so, with that being said, that gap in sexuality and sexual peak, most men need a woman to fulfill, that role. So, freaks of nature definitely play a large part into what men are attracted to, and it can often be dangerous. So, essentially, this lecture consisted of, the two genders. Excuse me. Out of the two genders, men are the biggest fools of love. We often fall very quick, very hard, very fast, especially when we're younger. Men generally fall faster for women, or really when we're younger and when we get really old. In the middle, we have some kind of logical brain, but when men are young and then very close to, when men are young to close to death, those two sections in life, men just be like, take all my money. You got it. I don't even need it. Leave me some money for a haircut. Men generally fall faster for women than women do for men. And because this is the case, men must be able to decipher Mother Nature's from freaks of nature. Again, these are the two things that men are attracted to. So I think it's important to make a note that men want these two things, but it's often very hard, very difficult to find the same two things in one woman. And if you do, don't ever let it go. But the job of a man is you got to pick one. And either way you go, no man is ever going to be mad at you for picking so. But your job as a man is to understand whichever one you pick, because again, there's rarely two in one woman. Whichever side you decide to go with, Mother Nature, freak of nature, what have you, it's going to be your responsibility to kind of teach her the other side of the game. And that's just up to you. I personally think it's easier to find a Mother Nature and kind of coach her towards the freak of nature side versus the freak of nature and trying to coach her towards the Mother Nature side. I do believe that long ago saying, can't turn a hoe into a housewife is very difficult to do. Damn near impossible. Maybe the only man I know that have ever done it on the planet, Russell Wilson. So, very, very difficult, very hard to do. But 9 times out of 10, a man will marry a Mother Nature over a freak of nature. I think this is actually very true. Men tend to marry women that they trust, and if they don't the first time, I guarantee the second time, they get their act together and make a more well-rounded decision on who they want to marry, who they want to be with. But a man's challenge, of course, will be choosing either Mother Nature or freak of nature. Like I said before, choosing Mother Nature, freak of nature, and doing his best to teach her the other side of the game. So, fellas, letting you know right now, life's hard, and you got two choices. You can go left, you can go right. No matter which one, it's just a decision you got to make. So, those are the two types of women that men and women like. Again, if you agree with me, drop a comment. If you don't agree with me, drop a comment. If you think I'm just far off, far left, say something. If you do, if you don't, either way, it's cool with me. But I appreciate y'all for checking us out. Take care.